Today we are going to talk about just appearance. Like, I'm sure everybody's heard of the saying, things sometimes don't always seem as they appear or whatnot, you know, or like, you know, it might seem one way and it turns out to be another. We want to talk about that, being judged on appearance, different things of that nature.
And basically, Debonair Donnell had made a comment I remember that he didn't remember about saying that I was probably the white bread and he was the crust, meaning that I put more time into the company. And I said that just a light went off, and I said, you know, that'd be a good show because I know that people think that he's the crust. I mean, excuse me. People think he's the white bread or the main bread or whatever kind of bread, and I'm just the crust. And
Crusty.
So
crust is good, y'all. It's not, I know it's the reason why we say that though is because everybody. Why do people not like, you know, not trying to go off on a tangent or a moment of random. You know, but people, when you look at sandwiches, everybody like, oh, I just want to get that nice soft white center, even with biscuits. Yeah. You know, some people don't like the biscuits. I remember as a child, like the ends of the bread just, for me, was just like, oh my God, I don't want the end. I want that, you know, we ate old-fashioned bread, so I like that nice soft middle and whatnot. And people kind of look down on the bread. I mean, for various reasons. Now, we could talk about, I could go into it deeper, but I'm not going to go into it like that.
They actually sell bread with no crust.
Yeah, they do. They sell bread with no crust. Also, there's a like a little pastry for kids, or actually, I think it's like the peanut butter jelly sandwiches. They have them already pre-made with no crust.
You would know.
Yeah, I don't buy them for my daughter. I've seen them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
She looked at McDonald's today and was just like, you know, eat. I was like, no, we don't do that. So, but yeah. Anyway.
So yeah, you might think, well, what the heck does he mean by bread and crust? Why are you talking about bread and crust? Well, it's just an analogy.
Yeah.
So the reason why I say people, and I've noticed, and I've just noticed this, and I already knew that this was going to happen when we were developing the business, just because of the way Eric carries himself.
He manifested it, y'all.
Because
he kept saying it.
He gives off the energy of being like a businessman 24/7. Doesn't matter where he goes, the way he dresses. He has his own bow tie company, which is
neck respect.
And of course, he
respect your neck.
And of course, he wears his product as you should. You make a product, you should advertise it even on yourself. Just like
our t-shirts we have on right now. 2 Geeks in there t-shirts, y'all. You can get those too.
He wears vests most of the time, dress shirts. You know, he wears jeans, you know, mostly dress shoes, stuff like that. Wears sports jackets, things of that nature. So he always looks like he's a businessman 24/7, even on his days off. So I know that, and I've noticed people gravitate to him, or people refer to the company as, well, Eric's company, you know. And does that make me jealous? No, because like I said, I knew that our appearances are very different. I'm more laid back in my appearance and the way I act, my attitude. I brush things off pretty easy, so I disregard a lot of things. So
and this is our company, y'all. This is our company, and I said it because if he hadn't came to me with an idea of just us doing a TV show, a company wouldn't have developed. So it's you know, we both done different things or whatnot, but it's our company. So don't think that it's one or the other, unless one of us sell out, you know, sell the other side, you know. But
I want to ask Mr. Debonair Donnell, the smooth operator, as I refer to him as.
I'm not that smooth, y'all.
Anyway, did you ever notice this about yourself, or, you know, do people perceive this? Am I just thinking this up, or what have you noticed with yourself and the way people look at you and judge you?
No, I think people will judge you based on how you carry yourself. Like, you know, I've been told many times I meet people. Like, I've been downtown Charlotte and whatnot, and I remember this older white man told me before, he was like, you look like $1 million. And I forgot how something came up about money or whatnot. And, you know, I had I don't remember, but I had on my bright green, you know, that bright green jacket I had on that bright green jacket. They call it my master's jacket. But I was wearing that, and we got on the subject of bow ties, and because I had one on, of course. And I had to throw my plug in there or whatever. And so he already thought I was a millionaire. I was probably trying to sell some coffee for a company that I won't name, but yeah, I think that's what happened. But the thing is like I always felt that if you look good, you feel good. Even like in college when I would go and take tests, I would wear a blazer. I had locks, y'all. Most of my college I had braids and fro and locks, and I would wear a blazer with jeans and maybe some Timberlands and a nice little button-up shirt, no tie, nothing, you know, really. I wasn't dressing like I dress now. And I felt good, you know what I'm saying? That's what made me feel good or feel better. But at the same time, like I've dealt with a whole lot of things throughout my life, like depression and things like that. So at times I wasn't as confident in myself in my life in different moments. Even though I always tell myself that I'm the, you know, whatever, but it still would be something else kind of being like, you know, maybe you can't do this, maybe you can't do that, you know. But then, you know, I guess being a Gemini also, you still got that whole other side of tug of war where it's like, well, dang, you know, you can't give up. And I hate to keep rambling on, but another example, freshman, sophomore year of college. Ended up academic probation after the first semester, freshman year. Second semester, I would get to the point where it would still be kind of rocky, but somehow I would always pull it out. Long story short, the first 2 years, it was the exact same thing, you know what I'm saying? That's when I first kind of noticed things about that. So, you know, things, again, aren't always what they seem, is what, you know, we originally talking about. Like, you know, that bread, sometimes that crust might not look as good, but it might be the best part of it for you. You know what I'm saying? You just take it all, eat it all, you know, don't waste anything. Which is what life is about, you know, making the most of life, you know. Find out what things are really about, what people are really about. Especially with businesses and stuff. Black Samurai does all kinds of research and stuff all the time. Another member of ours, a cast member by the name of Tamika, or known in the WDRB media world as Miss Carter, WDRB media, that is radio or whatnot, right? But yeah, you know, just take it all in and make the most of it.
And why do you think, in your opinion, people are so, like you said, I just assumed by the way you look, you were a millionaire. We know you drive a luxury car, BMW, which probably helps in that look. But that was your choice of that car to get you there.
Had a 98 Accord EX at the time, though. He didn't see the car.
Yeah. But just real quick before we go to our break, just to tell us what made you purchase that car. Did you have business on your mind? Did you think it's a good look?
Everybody that knows me knows that I love several things. I love cars and I love guns, and I love knives too. Whatnot, and you know, whatnot, like typical man kind of, you know. So, but I got the BMW because I just saw one. I wanted to test drive, and then everybody, you should go out and test drive cars, you know, whatnot. It's not, as long as you got a license and insurance, you can test drive any car you want to. Went out to Hendrix, test drove one, prayed because I love the way it handled around the curve. I went about 45 miles an hour around a 90-degree curve, and God bless me with one. I cut a lot of grass with my cousin at, you know, grade A+ long, landscaping or whatnot, and that was pretty much it.
Okay, and this is your host, Black Samurai, with
Debonair Donnell. Hello, welcome back. I am Debonair Donnell.
And I am Black Samurai.
And we are the two geeks and a nerd. Where we're the geeks and you're the nerd.
And we're back after that commercial break. So continuing, so did you have, as far as, you know, any motives, did you think, or do you feel, being a businessman, because you already had your own business with your, as you refer to it, Naked Bow Tie Company?
What's that?
Is that how you say it? Like Naked Bow Tie Company or Bow Tie Company? How do you say it?
Yeah, just Bow Tie Company.
Okay.
Oh, no, neck attire.
Neck attire.
I say
okay.
neck. I say neck. Y'all, I am country. I'm country, so I was about to say, huh? He said naked bow tie.
I'm just thinking like
what?
your neck being bare, you know, and then you know you take your bow tie and you cover it up.
Now I have had some people. Like, you know, and I thought about getting into the exotic, what they say, exotic dance industry or whatnot. But I've actually had a friend of mine who requested for me to make a garter for his wife. Great couple, I love them and whatnot. You know, great people, and it was dope. I did it because he requested. You know, I'm a firm believer in, you know, supply and demand. So with my neck attire company, I make customers, they say now, bespoke pieces. So that's why I love for people to come and ask me just, hey, you know, tell me what you want is what I'm getting at. Tell me what you want and I'm going to make it for you. You know, as long as it's nothing too, you know.
You know what you can make anyway. Too, I don't know what that too means.
Yeah.
But anyway.
If the money's good.
But anyway. So like I said, you know, I guess as coming back from my perspective of the whole thing, like I said, I knew, because again, these were things that hanging around you. I saw, you know, the positions you've had, other jobs, because since I've known you, you know, you went from being you were first a setup person. That's the person who set up the room at the hotel. Then you got a supervisor over the back hallway area, and that's organizing, you know, banquets. If you know anything about banquets, that's you know, organizing, setting up the room again, but you're not setting up the tables, you're setting up, you know, the way the plate settings are, you know, make sure everything's clean, make sure the staff has everything. Then you moved up to captain.
In some hotels.
And then when we went to another hotel, you went from banquet server, and then you moved up to the setup manager or supervisor. And why do you think these things, do you think it had to do it all with your appearance? Because, you know, I mean, I've heard some people say, you know, just because, you know, I looked a certain way, not even necessarily they acted a certain way, but they've been out because of the way they looked, the person assumed they were professional and they were offering positions and things. So do you think your look had anything with you getting those positions?
I would say this, cause like me, you gotta think about me. Everybody that can't see me or hasn't seen me, I'm 5'8", brown skinned black male. You know, I guess some people say athletic build, even though I'm not at the moment currently very athletic. I do play around the soccer ball a little bit. I do play soccer, used to. So for me, it's the thing about this being a black male, period. Like with the young man that we saw when we were out, we were you know, at work doing some things. Like it is like very viable and vital that not only do you look good, you gotta look your best, which again is gonna make you feel good, not just for yourself but for everybody else. It creates a level of comfort amongst people. Again, you know, when people ask us about our company with Two Geeks and Nerds Productions, I always tell them we don't want to be put into a box. We don't want to be, oh, that company makes those kind of movies or those TV shows. We don't want to be like that. We want to be a chameleon. So I look at that as the way I am, and I think a lot of people should be is, you know, you should be able to change color, so to speak. Not, you know, on some racial stuff, but just, you know, figuratively, you know, whatnot. You need to be able to change color and adapt to each and every situation. So not only looking good, like you said with the hotel, but I had to bust my tail too. You know, and I was told a lot. Like a common thing I've seen and or heard from people is that they be like, oh, you know, we like the way you work. You know, very, very often. Jobs I've gotten off of Craigslist, same thing. You know, hotel industry, people in other departments knew about me. I ain't never seen. They just heard about me and my work ethic. So, you know, everybody, whatever you want to do, and that's why I say about even with Black Samurai over here, like, his work ethic for our company is what's, you know, gotten us to where we are, and his creativity with his mind too, which is the same thing, you know, I had to do in a different situation or whatnot. But the looks, people do play off your looks a lot. A lot of people, when they find out, you know, how creative you are, But when they were writing, so they be like, "Who that dude?"
Yeah, because a lot of times
it kills me, man.
Yeah, because a lot of times when people see me, like for example with the job when we met the young man while we were on a brief lunch break, Eric came out in his, because they kind of threw him out there to be with me to do some deliveries.
No, it wasn't no kind of, they did. they threw me right there. So and so tell you, it was like, nah, oh yeah, and then that person that supposedly is supposed to tell me never did tell me.
But
anyway.
But I was dressed in regular delivery attire, and he was still delivering stuff in his bow tie, you know, his dress shirt, dress slacks, you know, and all that, because he wasn't prepared when he came in, or else he would have dressed a little bit down that day.
Definitely.
But you know, it's no offense to the young man, and I wasn't offended at all.
And he actually said, look, I have a question. He said, can I ask you a question? He said, and he stated he didn't mean to. He said, I don't want to think I'm offending you. And then he made a statement.
And you know, and again, or you might ask, well, what does, you know, Black Samurai look like? You know, my thing is, you know, I'm more of a nerd, so I wear, you know, superhero shirts a lot of times. If you go to our Facebook page or our YouTube page, you know, he's in suspenders, a bow tie, you know, dress shirt, and I have on a suit jacket, but I have a Batman shirt on with a Batman hat. And that's more like my style. I'll mix it up a lot of times. You know, I think I look like an artist, or, you know, someone who's different or whatever, but that's also how I'm comfortable. And so would you say that it's more about giving in to people or more about comfortable?
It's more about being comfortable, because, man, people that know me, they know I work on cars with bow tie on. I love dressing up. I look at the pictures of older gentlemen, like my great-grandfather, you know, Charlie Shaw, Charlie Sr., and different men like that. I look at my grandfathers, both of my grandfathers, Dalton Shaw, my grandfather, Vernon Riley, the first or whatnot, who's passed away, rest in peace. And like, those men dress great, and like, especially like you got a wife like mine, I gotta dress good, and I already dress good. Like, we went out to dinner, you know what I'm saying, or sometimes we go out, she be like, yo, I'm about to change to be comfortable. And she said, nah, I'm about to dress up to get up there with you. And I'm like, first I'm like, nah, but then when I see her, I'm like, dang, you know, yeah. Because my wife is fine, y'all, for real. I love y'all, sincere. But, man, yeah, I love dressing up, you know, and sometimes I love just being like I am right now, with a t-shirt, some khakis, and some sneakers. You know, I got on my Adidas Cloud Foams. Shout out to Adidas for the Cloud Foams or whatnot. Love those shoes. Even though y'all didn't give them to me, I would love for y'all to give me a pair. I mean,
sponsor us.
Yeah, sponsors. You know, we always looking for sponsors, y'all. Adidas and other companies. I won't name any other shoe companies, because all day I dream about soccer. Remember, I said something about soccer earlier. But yeah. Anyway, just thought I'd put that out there, as Professor Lee would say. I would just put that out there. Random. But a good random.
Yes, sir.
Sentimental.
So what would you say as far, well, let me just, before I ask you, let me just go back to me real quick and just say, well, you know, some people might be like, yeah, I'm leaving, or he probably gets jealous again. And this goes back to a little bit of our first show. You got to prepare yourself for your destiny, but not just your destiny, just out in the world. Because people have these preconceived ideas about you. We all know, we've all experienced and been on both sides of that fence. And I prepare myself just mentally and emotionally to know that what's coming. So I know these things are going to be coming. People get jealous in a group or on a team of each other. But again, you know, you pull your weight. The sad part of life is people do get overlooked. And, you know, whether it's because of their looks or whether because the person that overlooked you might actually be jealous of you, might not tell you. They might not want to actually acknowledge you because you're jealous. Do you have anything to add to that, Mr. Debonair Donnell?
No. I mean, so if we see y'all next time.
Sorry, people, our time is up. We may do a part 2 to this. I guess if you want us to do a part 2 to this, you can tell Mr. Debonair how they can contact us.
Oh, you can actually contact us at You could also any other information like you want to get to is like social media wise, Facebook, of course YouTube, which most of y'all probably watching this right now on YouTube. We have Twitter page and Instagram under 2 Geeks and a Nerd, and also under Black Samurai.
Twitter is under 2 Geeks and a Nerd. The Facebook is, well, one of our Facebooks is the company Facebook, which is 2 Geeks and a Nerd Productions. We are the nerdiest. So please check us out, like, subscribe, comment, and again, tell us how we're doing on this show so we can improve and bring something to you. And again, this is 2 Geeks and a Nerd, where we are the geeks
and you are the nerd,
with your host
Debonair Donnell
and Black Samurai.
Peace. Well, that's the main thing is that video
for the YouTube page.